Hi everybody, welcome to another mathematics presentation. So in this presentation, I want us to answer this question right here. So this is a question coming from statistics. So the question reads, consider the following ungrouped data. So this is ungrouped data because these data values are grouped individually, as you can see. Okay, so we have 4, 7, 2, 9, 5, 7, 3. Find there. So we need to find the mode, the medium, the range, the mean, the variance, and the standard deviation. So here we are going to first start with rearranging the data values that you have been given. We arrange them in order from the smallest to the biggest. So we are going to rearrange them like this. So the smallest one is a 2. So write a 2 followed by a 3. Okay. Then from there we are going to have a 4. Then we are going to have a 5. Okay. And then we are going to have 7. Another 7. Then we are going to have a 9. That's how we are going to rearrange these values. So from there now, we're going to start with A, which is the mode. Okay. So what is the mode? The mode is the most frequent number or the most appearing number in the data set. So here, when you look at these values that we have been given, the most appearing number, the number that is coming more times than any other number, it's 7. So because it's coming 2 times, so our mode right here is a 7. Okay, so let us now find the medium. Okay, so we now need to find the medium. So the medium is half of the data values that you have been given. So when you count these values, they are 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need to pair them. 1, 2, 3. Again, we have 1, 2, 3. The number that is on the middle, it's a 5. So here we are going to write a what? A 5. This is our median. Now, in the case where you had 6 numbers, for example, okay, if you had 6 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, you will pair them as 1, 2. Again, this 1, 2. You are going to have 2 middle numbers, 4 and 5. You add them, then you divide by 2. That will be your medium. In the case if you are 6 numbers. So we have found our medium. Now let's move on. We come to C, which is our range. Okay. So how do we calculate the range? So the range is found by finding the difference between the highest and the lowest. So the highest number in these data values is 9. Okay. And the lowest one, it's a 2. So it will be 9 minus 2. So 9 minus 2, the answer is a what? A 7. So the range is a 7. So I hope it's clear. You are following. Okay. Alright, so we now move on. So we are coming to D, which is the mean. Okay. So D, we need to find the what? The mean. So since this is ungrouped data, the mean, it has got its one what? Formula. So we can use X bar, okay, to present the what? The mean. So this X bar presents the mean. So mean is equal to summation of X over N. So summation of X, it means that these data values that we have, they were calling them as X, okay? And this N is the number of data values that we have. So in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this means that our N is equal to 7. Okay, so we are going to write. So this summation means we need to add 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 7 plus 9. So we are going to add and then we divide by what? By 7. Alright, so this is what we are going to get. We add these data values, then we divide by 7. So from here, what will be our mean? So we are going to say mean is equal to, so when we add 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 7 plus 9, it's going to give us 37 divided by 7. So here, our mean is going to be, so now, the mean that we are going to get, we'll get something like this. Okay, so our mean is 5.29. So I've already rounded it off to 2 decimal places. This is our mean. So after finding our mean, we can now come to variance. So how do we calculate variance? Okay, how do we calculate variance? So for variance now, we are going to say variance is equal to, so even variance has got its own formula. Okay, even variance has got its own formula. Remember, this is ungrouped data. So variance is equal to summation of x minus mean in brackets squared, okay, over n. So this is the formula for what? For variance. This is the formula for variance. Now remember, you have these data values. So it means you'll be having 2 where there is x, you put 2 minus the value of mean in brackets to square plus, because it's summation, plus this, again you do the same, plus this, then you divide by what? By 7. Okay. Right, so this is what we have gotten. This is the formula that we are using. Variance is equal to summation of, in brackets we have x minus mean squared. Okay, so where there is x, remember these are the values that we have. So where there is x, we put 2. Okay, 2 minus the value of the mean is 5.29 in brackets to square, this is the one, plus again where there is x, we put 3 minus 5.29, which is the mean square, plus again 4 minus 5.29 in brackets to square, plus 5 minus 5.29 in brackets to square, plus 7 until you reach to 9, like here. Okay, then you divide everything by what? By 7, because it was over n, and n is presenting the number of values that we have. So this is the formula method that you can use. There is even a table method which I'll show you again. So from here, we are going to have v equal to, so you get your calculator, you punch everything on your calculator, and it's giving you this value 5.34. okay, make sure that you calculate nicely so that 5.346957142 then 86. So we are going to write our final answer. We'll just leave it correct to 2 decimal places. So variance is equal to 5.3. So this 4 is the one that will make it 2 decimal places. So it will be rounded up by a 6. So 4 will become a 5. So this is our variance. Okay, this is our variance. So since we have found our variance, how do we calculate the standard deviation now? So the standard deviation is on F. So we come to standard deviation. So just say standard deviation is equal to the square root of variance. So for this one, don't even waste time. Standard deviation is equal to square root of variance. So here we write square root. What is the variance? We have 5.35. So the square root of 5.35, I also round it off. It will give us something like 2.31. I've already rounded off this one correct to 2 decimal places. So this is our standard deviation. So this formula I've shown you, this method I've used is the formula method. You can also use the table method. Method. So let me show you how you can use the table method to calculate the mean, the variance, and the standard deviation for ungrouped data. So now for the table method, you need to draw a table like this. And the reason why I've used this table, because when you look at the formula for variance, for example, the formula for variance, okay, it will start like, you can have summation of x minus x bar, which is the mean squared, over, then here you can have n. Okay, then for standard deviation, we say just the square root of this. So for standard deviation, you just put the square root of, you get the same things, okay, because this is variance divided by n. So this is the standard deviation. So when you draw the table, you must make sure that you have this x, okay, there is even mean, and you have x minus mean, okay. Then you also have this x minus mean in brackets squared. This is what I've put here. so that I won't waste too much time. Then here, x presenting those values, which are these. So we are going to write them. We have 2, we have 3, we also have 4, then we also have 5, 7, 7, 9. Okay, that is what we have. Then down here, you are just going to have summation of x right here. Number, what's the number there? 7. Then summation of x, it means we need to add these values right here. Remember, we added them and it was giving us what? 37. So first thing, you can use this and this to find the mean, of which the mean being presented by the x bar equal to summation of x over n. So you can use summation of x is this one, 37 over 7. And this one, we said the mean is giving us what? What is the value of the mean? It is giving us 5.29. So I've already rounded off. This is the mean. Okay. So when we come to our table right here, so here where we have x minus mean, we'll be getting 2 minus the mean. Then we put the value right here. Okay, that's what you'll be doing. So, all right. So for the first one, what to put here, you'll say x. So in this case, our x is a 2 minus the mean, which is 5.29. Okay, and this will give us negative 3.29. So this value is what you put here, negative 3.29. So the same value now, just this one, you can square it, you get the value for this. Okay, you can square it so that you get the value you put here, because it's just the same now, it's squared. So when you square this, you get a positive value. Okay. All right, so when you square the answer, this is what you are going to have this side. So you do the same. Okay, you do the same until you reach on 9, which is the last number. Okay, so let's fill in the box. We are doing the same. All right, so when you do all the calculations right here, these are the values you are going to get. And when you square them, these are the values you are getting this side. So you come back here, you can see here we have summation of x minus mean in brackets squared, meaning that we need to add all these values right here. Okay, we need to add them starting from the first number, which is this one, 10.8241 plus 5.2441 plus 1.6641 plus 0.0841. Okay, until you reach on 13. So the summation of these values, what you are getting is, we are getting something like this, 37.4287. So make sure that you have a calculator with you. Okay, you are done in the table there. Then just come back here. So we need to find the variance. So the variance, we said the formula is summation of x minus mean squared over n. So just look at the table, variance equal to, so summation of this is this one right here. You get this value, 37.4287 over n, it's 7 over n. So when you divide, okay, when you divide 37.4287 over 7, you'll get something like this. You'll get 5. So I've already rounded off this one to 2 decimal places. You get 5.37. This is what you are going to get, 5.37 as your variance. So after finding your variance, you can now find your standard deviation. Okay, so our standard deviation, which is our SD, remember I said on this formula for variance, we are just going to put a square root. Okay, so you have summation of x minus mean squared over n. Okay, so from here, just say SD equal to, so this summation we have, okay, is this value that we put on top. Or when you look here, this summation of x minus mean in bracket squared, this is the value. So it's what you put there. Okay, so you write square root of 37.4287 over 7. So this is what we are going to have. So our standard deviation is going to be, I've also rounded off this one correct to 2 decimal places, 3.1. This is our answer. So you can see when you use the formula method and the table method to give you the same answers. So we have now come to the end of our short presentation. Thank you so much, everybody. This has been your presenter, Mr. Mlenga. Bye bye.